Now, y'all remember when I said this, right?
They got a Whataburger out there in Atlanta?
Right across the street from my house. They just built it. They just built 2 out here. Jack in the Box is coming out here too.
They need to put an In-N-Out next to that Whataburger so they can show them what a burger is really all about.
I'm just saying.
Now look at this. On National Burger Day, In-N-Out Burger is considered the top burger chain in America based on Yelp reviews. So it's not just me. America has spoken and said so. So I'm just saying.
I'm going to tell you my In-N-Out keeps it simple. You know what you're going to get every time.
Now look at that. In-N-Out number 1. Whataburger 14. So it's not just me. America has spoken and said so.
But let me circle it back real quick. No, Whataburger will not shut down In-N-Out. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Giving her a chance.
It seems like you had a lot to get over today.
Final thought, ask yourself, is Tyler Perry really giving the marginalized a voice, or is he exploiting them?
And I'm gonna be real, bro. As a man, bro, I advise you, bro, go hear your dad's side of the story. I'm not
Now, y'all remember when I said this, right?
They got a Whataburger out there in Atlanta?
Right across the street from my house. They just built it. They just built 2 out here. Jack in the Box is coming out here too.
They need to put an In-N-Out next to that Whataburger so they can show them what a burger is really all about.
I'm just saying.
Demand that I give a certain amount. How are you going to demand that? That's crazy.
To say that you get more jobs outside of the Breakfast Club now without mentioning that you get them because of the Breakfast Club, right?
You wasted a half a year in the campaign. And so where she, again, matter of fact, Mic check 1 2. Yeah. And I wanted to say happy Father's Day. I think we're blessed just to see another day. but I got some things to say. Maybe I can change your thought, or maybe I can sway the way that your mental may have you deceived, have you thinking things you really don't believe. As I proceed to give you what you need, free y'all coming through, please take heed. Yes, I spit off the top of the dome. Like I said before, you better leave us alone. If you ain't rocking with us, then yes, you get rolled on. And I'm too strong, boy, you get swolled on. We got questions, and he's stepping on business. I said, put your hands up, yes, we need a witness. How do I begin to rip this freestyle cipher up just a little bit? You see, they're about to blow up, and I marinate the spot. If you don't know, grab your 3 cents and drop your thoughts, your views, and maybe your opinions. If you don't know, we don't mess with those minions. They're just small to us giants. When I speak up, yes, I'm defiant. That one that they call 3R, I be the king. And you already see how the hell that I swing. I'm kind of like Mike Tykes back in his prime. Like I said, 25 is about to be all mine. 25, 26, 27, 28, take it to the 30s. That's third growing. Yes, I'm about to blow up the spot. Serenade you a little. Just hit the middle. Just rock any instrumental in a destra. Middle take your health, but we about to get that wealth. We about to break off to general curses. And then we about to make sure your girl grab her purses. We about to make her rich too. Got our queens by our side. Check up the avenue. DYC crew. Yes. What's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome back to Drop Your 3 Cent. I'm your boy, Third Degree. We got Quez up in the building.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's
man,
going on,
we here. We here, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. You know what I mean? Another day living, getting it done. Beautiful thing.
Man, we are here. We are here. It's Father's Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? You got any? Does the queen and the kids have anything planned for you?
Hey, man, they don't be telling me nothing. I don't know what they got going on. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. I know I got to cut this grass in the morning. Somebody should volunteer for that. You know what I mean? That'd be a great Father's Day present. Somebody get out there and cut that grass. You know what I'm saying?
Still got you working, huh?
Yeah, I'll take that one. You know what I'm saying? Cut it up. But nah, outside of that, man, I just plan on chilling, man. That's all I ever wanted to. Just let me chill. Take a breather. What you guys got going on?
I don't know. I know I'm probably gonna be doing some. I'm doing some type of work. You know, I get up at 5 o'clock. Probably go wash some clothes, do something. You know what I'm saying? That this week has been really dragging me. I haven't been able to sleep. Your boy's been up.
Hey, man. You gotta get it together, man. That means you got something working, something brewing. That's all that means. When you can't sleep,
always like trying to think about going to the next level, trying to elevate me and mine and my friends that do help build the table.
All right, that's it. That's all, baby. I keep checking my phone because it's storming out here. I'm trying to make sure my internet gonna be good. They always be sending me these notifications.
Oh man,
yeah, it's coming down out here. I don't know what they got going on.
Wow.
So
yeah, I just want y'all to be safe. If you go out, we understand.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? If I pop out of here going without me, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to hop back in. But usually when it get bad like this, you know what I'm saying? The power be going out, the storm, the internet. It's always something.
Right.
You know, these southern weather, you know what I mean?
Right. I got you, man.
But yeah, that's it, man. But besides that, man, what's good in the hood?
Man, we here. We got a shout out to the Facebook people, the rebroadcasters. You guys keep the numbers fresh. Shout out to the YouTubers. That last episode where we talked about should Pac be on the Tupac, should Tupac be on the LA's top rappers list? That was a good discussion. We got some good traction. Shout out to the brother that came through from Scotland. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just shows you that, you know, we're worldwide around here. You know what I'm saying? We be doing something.
Yeah, shout out to our brother from New York. Came and dropped some knowledge on us too.
Nikki Black, shout out.
Yeah,
check out the Tupac It's Lyrical Channel by Nikki Black. You know, make sure you go support.
Absolutely. Man. Where Jess at? She hiding?
Yeah, she might make her entrance soon. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Jess, you got to get it together, man.
She,
Man,
you know,
you got
she
to
got a
get
lot to do during the day. You know what I'm saying? It's finally when she get here, she got to, you know, unwind and settle and take care of some things. You know, so but.
No,
You
I
got the
understood.
captain in the pilot seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to fly this bad boy up. You know, make sure that you guys are sharing. Thank you for the Facebook people. Make sure you hit the like and share button. Share this onto your feed. You know what I'm saying? Give people what they need. To the YouTubers, hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. We want to thank you very much for all the support that you guys give us.
Man,
We about to have a live one tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, so for those who have seen it, you know, so we're talking about the what's that? The Straw movie by Tyler Perry. You know, so we're gonna get a quick review. But we're also gonna talk about, does he exploit Black trauma? It is Father's Day weekend, so we want to talk about, you know, fathers, you know, saying especially for those who do come from broken homes. We hear a lot of it all the time, especially on the internet. You know, single mothers, even though the numbers have decreased, the two-parent household number has really increased. So we have brothers and we have people stepping it up, but we still want to make sure that we hit everybody and we talk about, you know, especially those who come from broken homes, you know, hearing your father's side of the story, understanding forgiveness and finding healing, you know, so therefore you don't take some of that baggage into the relationship with your girl, with your wife, and with your kids. And maybe we can help break some of these generational curses. Also, too, you know, we kicked it off a few times, but we officially branding it. We got Hot Seat CYPHER, you know, saying with we interview business owners, athletes, entertainers, whoever, you know, anybody that has something going on. If you want to come on this platform to advertise, to promote and to market, this is the platform to do it, because we're of the people and we're for the people. So we want to make sure we give back to the people too. But we got the owner of Melba Soul Food Kitchen out in San Bernardino, who's bringing soul back to the IE. You know, for us, we're like I said, we're the cousins of LA. We're in the outside. So if we want to get some good soul food, we got to drive all the way to like Carson, you know what I'm saying, to go to R&R's, you know what I'm saying, M&M's, or if you got to go to Crenshaw to go to Doolin's, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get some good soul food. So I like the fact that this brother is actually bringing soul back to San Bernardino, back to the IE. So we want to make sure that he flourishes and he succeeds.
Hey, absolutely. Big deal.
Yes,
super
sir.
Big deal. You know what I'm saying? I seen some of that food too. It looked good too.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, only thing I want is some smothered chicken. I just want some with some gravy. You know what I'm saying? Just put some gravy on something, and, you know, I'm getting going to work. But, you know.
That's what's up, man. You got some ratchet news for us.
But yeah, before we get into the goodness, we got to get the ratchet out the way. So I got some ratchet news for you. So sit back, enjoy it, and we will unpack it when we come back.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy 3rd Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go. What's good, y'all? Hey, we're back and we're celebrating Fathers this weekend, but you know, we still got to get into some of this ratchetness. So just kick back, sit back, and peep in some of the ratchetness. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. But, well, kicking off the ratchetness. Ray J reveals he slept with Sexy Red and brags about being named in Diddy's federal trial. I don't know why he would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would want to actually brag about being with Sexy Red, because Sexy Red said this. Now, you know, it's something when, you know, Sexy Red, especially with the type of music she made, she denies it and saying, cornball ass line on your meat is weird. I actually agree with her, but for her to actually come out and deny it, what is going on with Ray J? And then Ray J, you wouldn't actually want to brag about sleeping with Sexy Red? Anyway, moving on. Timberland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata, the A-pop artificial pop singer. How does that work? But Timberland's a genius, so maybe he might be on something. Moving on. 50 Cent reacts to his baby mama Daphne Joy allegedly receiving a monthly fee from Diddy to serve as his ex-worker. Peep this. Somebody needs to take 50 Cent's phone from him. He is crazy, right? Moving on. Somebody said, after the Ain't No Racism Because I'm Rich interview, I think ancestors stripped him of all his talents. Man, they're really trashing this Lil Wayne album, man. It's crazy, right? Moving on. Sierra urges Jim Jones to finally marry Chrissy Lampkin. Well, bro, we've all been trying. I don't know if CC maybe got that magic, but we've been trying for years. What, it's in 20-some years now? It ain't happening, right? Moving on. Exercise equipment sold at Costco recalled after more than 100 injuries reported. That is crazy, right? Moving on. Trump says he'd arrest Gavin Newsom, and Gavin Newsom responds, quote, I don't give a damn. It is getting real, unquote. We shall see. Moving on. There's a new dog in town, Snoop Dogg. It is Jonathan Davis tapped to play Snoop in the upcoming biopic. Hey, let's get it cracking. I just want to see who's going to be playing Pop. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get it on. Moving on. Sherry Shepherd confirms Nia Long was the actress who confronted her at the Othello premiere, and she was waiting to see her about something that she said allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Crazy, right? Moving on. R.I.P. to a punk legend, Sly Stone. He passed away this week. Man, we need to do a special segment on him because I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. So R.I.P. to that genius. And much praise to his family. Moving on. Australian TV reporter Lauren Tomassi was shot by LAPD with rubber bullets while covering a protest in LA. This stuff in LA is getting really, really crazy, and I'm trying not to talk about it, but I guess we will have to talk about it on the show. Moving on. In the midst of it, though, the rapper The Game shares his support for the Latino community amid anti-protests. I stand with y'all. Shout out to KJ Smith, my homegirl. That used to be my road dog, my partner in crime when it came to the stage. I'm really proud of her. You know, KJ Smith accidentally reveals baby gender during 2025 BET Awards red carpet interview. She spilled the memes. I think she might be having a girl. So congrats to her and her husband. May all the success, all the blessings come her way. She deserves it. Really, really well deserved. Moving on. NFL fires some niggas, and then Carlos Nicki Minaj responds, or actually dropped a verse on Lil Wayne's Banned from NO remix. He had to add the song on to the album because it's been getting trashed, and even the line was still weak. And Shannon Sharp apologized. He shouldn't have did nothing. You know what I mean? But hey, moving on. LA ICE protest. The man accused of throwing a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement identified. Crazy, right? Elon Musk says, I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. Nah, folks, say it with your chest. We appreciated it, right? Continue on. Moving on. Chris Webber slams rumor of affair with former teammate Doug Christie's wife Jackie and claims he fathered their eldest child. Yeah, he's saying it's false. You know what I'm saying? Oldest daughter. So, hey, man, we'll talk about that later, too. Moving on. Well, Demon Time Kenny performed in Toronto, Canada. And, man, this is watch. The crowd gave him a standing ovation and screamed one more time for him to play Not Like Us. Yeah, if I were Drake, yeah, I'd be done with Toronto too. I would just make Houston my new hometown and forget all about the 6666. Hey, that's just me, but moving on. R.I.P. to Ananda Lewis. She died at 51 after a brave battle with breast cancer. One of the most beautiful VJs on TV ever. You know what I'm saying? She seemed like she was down to earth, so prayers out to her family, definitely to her son. So, healing energy. Moving on. Gospel singer Dietrich Haddon is not too pleased with Glorilla winning BET's Best Gospel Inspirational Album award, and I kind of agree with him. Like, how did she get a gospel album? She ain't even gospel, you know what I mean? But BET be doing the most. But I love Glorilla, but I don't think she deserved that one. Moving on. Trump signs measure blocking California's 2035 ban on gas powered cars. I kind of agree with him on that one because if you need to go across country, you can't rely on an electric car. Right? But hey, that's just me and my thinking. But moving on. Survivor of Air India crash scene miraculously walking away from the wreckage. Man, prayers to him and prayers to the families, to everybody who lost somebody in that plane wreck. I hope he tells a story that by the grace of God, right? God is real. But blessings to them. R.I.P. Moving on. Antonio Brown reportedly wanted in connection with attempted murder charge. He's crazy as cat shit. Lock him up. Moving on. Marvel's considering recasting Jonathan Majors as King the Conqueror. He should never been fired. Moving on. London fitness trainer Michael Adewisi confirms relationship with Yanni Smith and cheating allegations. So she cheated on Mendices, huh? She getting her creep on. Moving on. Lil Baby says he got a Michael Jackson feature on the upcoming album. Can't wait to hear it. Moving on. Israel launches strike on Iran's capital as explosions take Tehran. And then Iran retaliates by attacking Israel. I hope there's some type of peace and resolution. Moving on. Florida Sheriff warns riders ahead of ICE protests. We will kill you and your family. We're here to collect and your family will collect your remains. Crazy. Crazy. It's being reported that Anthony Edwards is training with none other than the GOAT to become the GOAT. Salute. Moving on. Tyler Perry has dropped the movie Straw on Netflix, and he's already got some backlash, but we're going to talk about that coming up, and whether or not Tyler Perry profits from black pain and trauma. So that's all I got for you. Let's go ahead and start the show. Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. And we are back. Dang, I think we may have lost Quiz. Did you have a chance to catch any of the Ratchet News, Miss Jessica?
Just the last part about Tyler Perry trying to, I guess, collect money on us and our trauma.
Right.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Well, save it. It's one of the topics we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
Dang, I think we lost Quez. You know what I'm saying? So prayers out to him. I know that they're going through a storm. So I hope everything is okay. But yeah, so I mean, it was definitely a lot going on in the Ratchet News. Normally, you know, Quez will break down and give us, you know, what he heard, what he saw, but you know, I guess we got to skip that one. But yeah, so if you guys are watching, make sure you guys hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Also, too, if you guys are coming on, I have the description in the comments. So also I have the link in the description and in the comments on Facebook. So if you just click that link, if you're coming on and you're using your phone, make sure you're using your headphone. It works as a microphone that picks up on everything. Why do I hear echoing? Mic check. You have your volume down there? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so we got Quez. You back in the house, man? You good?
Let's do it. What's going on? I knew it was coming, man. I just told Denisha, I said, I knew it was coming. I felt it. She was like, at least you told him. What's up,
guys
Jess?
Good, though?
Hi.
Yeah, it just, man, it go out for like a split second, but then I got to reset everything, you know, the internet, all that kind of stuff. Just nonsense. Yeah.
I got you.
I was able
Did you
to
catch
some of that Ratchet News?
Right.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say, man, we appreciate Nicki Minaj hopping on the remix and making it sound worse than the original, because that shit was.
Yeah, man. Not even Nicki could save it. Ah, dang, I think he went out again. The devil will not win today. Well, Quez gets it going back. He's in the A right now, so he's going through a little storm right now. You know what I'm saying? He's saying it's pouring out there. I don't know how that is, because out here in Cali, it's hot as hell out here. So, you know what I'm saying? So I guess when we get heat, they get storm. When we get storm, they get heat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy how that works. But we'll wait for the brother to come back. So yeah, so also too, so going back to what I was saying, if you guys are coming on, make sure you guys are using your headphones. If you're going to be using your phone, it will work as a microphone that picks up on everything. Like Quez likes to famously say, this is a production, so this will get. Oh snap, son! Okay, so yeah, I forgot to plug up my laptop. So if we would have went out, that would have been the end of the show. That was what happened when your boy does everything all at once. But yeah, so also too, this is a production. This has potential to go out to everywhere, throughout the world. So we want to make sure that we have you guys looking right. We want to make sure that there's nothing ratchet going on within it. Also, to make sure that there's no eating. You are allowed to drink, but just make sure that there's no eating, because the chewing will, look bad on the show. It picks up into the show. Also, too, make sure that you're in a nice, quiet spot. You got your Wi-Fi popping, so therefore, saying we get the chance to hear whatever it is that you have to say. Also, too, we want to make sure that there's no other noises that are interfering in with the actual show.
because they will copyright strike me. They copyright strike me with my own music. So, but other than that, also too, if we do come on and there's something that you guys don't necessarily agree on, or if you don't agree with whatever is being said, the thoughts, views, and opinions are those of that person and that person alone. You can agree to respectfully disagree. It's okay to be heated, saying, and passionate, but just make sure you keep it respectful. Other than that, just come on and have a good show. And say we look forward to hearing from you. So we're praying for Quez and the family. Saying hopefully they get it situated back. Saying because the brother, we had some things to say about this the Straw movie. So, but me and Jess, we seen the movie, and we're gonna break down some of the stuff that we got. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just get into some promo real quick, and then we will start the show.
Accomplish eliminating frizz and have that shiny look to your waves, you need a laydown pad. The Wave Essentials is having a sale right now for buy two, get one free. With a little strap on the back, it makes it super easy to lay your hair down, and the plastic on the front helps with laying the hair down and creating that shine. Do this for about 10 to 15 minutes and you'll accomplish that shine and that laydown that you need. Nobody likes frizz, so make sure you go get your laydown pads before the sale is over.
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With PlanNet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below or
you could just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
Yeah. You're wasting time. All right, so we're back. We got Quez back.
Hey, man.
Praying for you, brother. We're praying.
Pray for this internet. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Pray for this internet and this storm.
Right.
All right. We're going to fight through it.
All right, real quick, what I'm saying? Go ahead and drop it for me, man. You know what to do.
Oh, man, third, what's the word for the day, man? What you got for us?
Third's word for today is generational curses. I know this is something that we brought up before on this show, but generational curses in various cultural or spiritual contexts refer to the idea that negative patterns of behavior, misfortune, or even spiritual afflictions can be passed down through families across multiple generations. These patterns are often believed to be a consequence of past sins, mistakes, or trauma experienced by ancestors. So as we go into today, we're looking at unpacking and breaking some of these generational curses that afflict us as a community, that may even afflict us as a whole, as a nation, or even just within the world. We talk about people exploiting Black trauma. We talk about broken homes. Saying like, what are the causes, or what are some of the things that happen within broken homes. Also, too, one of the things that Quez is really big on is creating generational wealth for your family. So I think this is the perfect time to drop that word, because we have a little bit of all of this that it kind of encompasses what we're talking about today. Even when we're talking to the owner of the soul food joint, he has a business that he can pass down to his children. and he's breaking generational curses. We're talking about forgiveness and healing. You know, what I'm saying of broken homes. If you have a father within the home, we want to celebrate the fathers who are present. You know what I'm saying? Because they are in return breaking down generational curses, and they're leaving legacies to pass down to their children. Also, too, is it wrong to showcase those generational curses that afflict us as a people, whether it be within music or within movies or within novels? You know, is it something that we're supposed to gloss over, or is it something that we showcase to show the world that hey, this actually happens to for a relatable thing, or is it exploitation? So I thought it was a great theme, or even just a great just word, to kind of just bless the show.
All right, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like it. You know what I mean? It's probably a conversation we as a community don't have very often. So it's definitely necessary to
Right.
speak about some of those curses, address them so that you can change them. Uh, Too often, more than not, we told to put that stuff in the back burner, hide it, cover it up, sweep it under the couch, whatever the case may be, and just move on. But a lot of things, if you don't address it, it just keeps lingering, man. Sometimes you gotta address it and nip that thing in the butt, man. Generational
Right.
curses, they'll sneak up on you.
Exactly.
They'll sneak up on you. So definitely a good word, bro. Definitely a good
All
word.
right. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Tyler Perry has released a movie called Straw, and it has some people. And there's been good reviews, there's been mixed reviews, and there's been bad reviews, where people have basically said that he exploits black trauma or puts black women in a bad light. So I want to see. Well, let's go ahead and let's take a quick look at the trailer, and then we'll break down what some people have to say about it.
I didn't mean to do this. Something inside of me broke. I told them
I need my money to get my daughter's medicine. She's sick.
I just need to cash my check, that's all.
No, no!
Please, come on out. I just want to do what's right for my baby. Lock the door. Tell him close the blinds. We need to figure this out. I don't want you to get hurt. I got put out today. We have nowhere to live.
And that man robbed me. I need it for my daughter. You want to kill me? You want to blame me for robbing this bank, and I didn't do it? You can't help me. Nobody ever helped me.
This is bad, Janaya. This is not your average bank robber. This is about giving her a chance. It seems like you had a lot to get over today.
All right. So that was the trailer to the movie. So first thoughts. Hey, what's up, Cheryl? Cheryl says generational curses can be broken by some when someone breaks the cycle. Exactly, exactly. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. She says I saw Straw twice. First time I cried. Second time I watched for the clues and signs. You know what? I think we're going to have to do the same thing. Um, but yeah, off bat. So Jess, what were your thoughts about the movie?
I thought it was a really good insight of what a single mom or single dad, because it was in reality based off of a single father. So I really think it's a great insight of what single parents go through, because when you don't have a support system, it's very, very difficult to even keep a job. You know what I mean? So, and also just all of the struggles that she went through before she even lost her job. Like that is a true illustration of the life that single parents go through.
Very true.
Totally agree. Um, yeah, I thought it was a good movie, man. It was suspenseful. It definitely was. They want you to speak up, Jess. They want you to raise your voice when you talk, I guess. Uh, but yeah, I thought it was good and suspenseful. It was like Jess just said, man. It was an insight into people living in low income environments. You know what I mean, and some of the struggles they have to go through to take care of their families. Those real harsh realities that nobody talk about. So there was a lot of. I know some people are triggered, but I think they're triggered more so because it may have been a reflection of something they've gone through instead of looking at it as that was real representation to me. I thought it was a good movie, and I don't usually like Tyler Perry movies, if I'm being honest. I tend to not watch them because they all kind of seem redundant. But that was, I probably would have went to the theater to see that low key. I think it was that good, so I thought it was a good movie.
Right.
And I didn't cry.
Man, you didn't cry. If you did, it's okay.
I cried.
Yeah, she was the one. Like at some point, I just had to hold her hand a little bit, and I was good. You know what I'm saying? I was a G till the plot twist came in, then my mouth dropped. I'm like, oh. I'm like, man, it was like a gut punch. First off, shout out to Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something really profound at the BET Awards. He said that he's made more black millionaires than any of these movie studios combined. And you know what? I want to go ahead and I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I truly, truly believe that because I'm living witness to it. He's put on two of my friends actually now. The first being KJ Smith. Shout out to her and congratulations on her new baby. Saying nobody deserves to be where they're at more than KJ because I was there witnessing the grind. She was there with me, my cousin, our friends, all in the grind, writing movies, supporting, saying. And so for her to get on this platform and to be on Sisters, to be in movies, saying, to make her a household name to where we're talking about her in any type of entertainment news, saying that's a living testament to what Tyler Perry does. And then another person he put on was my friend Dakia Anderson, who was in the Beauty in Black. She was the mother of the main character. Saying? So, he's putting on people and he's giving them opportunities and putting them in good positions. So I definitely applaud him for that. And Dakia actually has agreed to come on to the show. We just got to set up a time. I know she's busy, booking and filming and stuff. So we will have her on. I should have got her on for this one to talk about her experiences with Tyler Perry. But, he's doing a lot. So I really applaud him for a lot of the movies that he does. Now, the one thing I will say is that my only critique is, yes, I definitely think he needs some writers. I think he needs more diversity within his writing. But then I understand why he doesn't, because nobody can tell your story better than yourself. So does he exploit black trauma? I don't think so. Not more than anybody else does. So I think he's telling stories. And if you understand about fan base and about, about marketing, saying, and branding, saying he understands his audience. There's a lot of women who are taking the plays. There are a lot of women who support him. So, saying, so he's making stories that are relatable to a lot of these women. He understands his fan base, and so that's who he caters to. And so, I get it. So the only thing I would like to see is just more diversity within the storytelling. Maybe get some help within story writing, like collaborating. But other than that, I mean, he's a man out here making millionaires, and he's helping breaking some of these generational curses.
Mm-hmm. And get some better wigs for the women, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the wigs, I'd be like, come on, Tyler. Man, come on, bro. Yeah, them TV show wigs, boy. I'd be feeling for them women. Come on now.
Right.
You got some money up there, bro.
Hey, Cheryl says, as a TP movie, one of his best from an artistic point of view. Yeah, I agree. You know, my favorite ones so far have been the Why Did I Get Married series. Even though the second one that had me in tears. You know, I like Daddy's Little Girls. You know, what I'm saying Diary of a Mad Black Woman and Medea's Family Reunion. Like those are some of my favorite ones. You know.
Yeah, I did like Daddy's Little Girls. That was a dope movie too. I forgot about it. I forgot Tyler Perry wrote that. Yeah, that was good, man. But yeah, I think to his point, man, people can talk all they want to, but you know the proof is in the pudding, man. Whether you like what he does or not, he's employing black people and he's giving people opportunities that mainstream networks and production companies are not giving out. And a lot of these people would never have these opportunities. Not to say never, but they would come far and few between. You know what I mean? Without a brother like him, you know, taking over the industry, securing a spot in it. Him, 50 Cent, you know, individuals like that, you know, that people always have something negative to say, but that man doing the work. And like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of a lot of Tyler Perry movies, but you know, when they're good, they're good. But one thing I always say is he's employing the people. He's not just talking about what he can do to help change the industry or change movies. He's out there doing it. So if you got something negative to say, put your money up and create your own studio. You know what I mean?
Right. So I will show that, you know, we have some backlash from a sister, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see what she has to say with this one right here.
Listen, we need to stop. Let's all be honest and let's just tell the truth. We all know that Tyler Perry has been profiting off of black pain and black trauma for decades now. This is one of the reasons why I don't follow him. I don't watch his movies anymore because they're all the same. And why does he do this? Because he has a community of people that continue to support him. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, Tyler Perry, he pays black actresses what they're worth and he has a whole, you know, his whole network of he's employing black people. Yes, while simultaneously pumping out movies that perpetuate and amplify the same stereotypes that seek to devalue the black community. So you don't get credit for adding to the system of devaluation with these degrading movies, but simply employ black people and give them money. To me, that's blood money. Not all money is good money, but we continue to support him year after year, movie after movie, and he's done nothing but bring, in my opinion, amplification to a community of people that are hurt, that have experienced things that are unique to, you know, our heritage, and he's profiting off of it. Meanwhile, he wants to gloat and talk about how he created a path for himself and how he created a seat at his own table. Yes, you did. Of course, they were going to allow you to create a seat at your own table. Why would they stop you from making movies that only amplify stereotypes about black women, about the black family, and about black men? I don't see any other community of people pumping out movies about their pain, about their struggle, and profiting off of them. I just don't see that. I don't see it at all. But yet we do. So again, I don't support this man. I've not watched his movies in probably close to 15 years because they're all the same storyline. Voice do. So again, I don't support this man. I've not watched his movies in probably close to 15 years because they're all the same storyline. One final thought. Ask yourself, is Tyler Perry really giving the marginalized a voice, or is he exploiting them? Are laws changing? Are policies changing as a result of these movies being produced to, you know, bring awareness around these issues that plague the black community? I think we all know what the answer to that question is. And so if it's not giving a voice and it's not edifying, then it's got to be exploiting. Reach one, teach one.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive in real quick. The reason why you don't see a lot of the other people or other races, you know, with these movies is because you're probably not watching them. I'm pretty sure that they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They definitely are.
There's a movie. There's movies where they perpetuate, SAing, killings, all types of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, you're just not watching it because that's not really what you relate to. Because of the fact that when you see somebody on the screen that doesn't necessarily look like you, you're like, I can't relate. So you probably ignore it. So you're probably sticking to a certain subgenre of movies, and that's why you're not seeing it, but they're there.
Yeah, I agree with third because they are there. I've watched many movies about single moms, and a story about a black single mom is totally different because when you see the other movies with the other races, it's like it's kind of like a positive ending. You know what I mean? Because most likely these other races are getting most likely more help than we are. You know what I mean? As far as our culture, a lot of us are split up, you know. Our families are split across different cities or even different states. So it's really hard for us to have like a village for us to have help. When a child gets sick, who's calling off most of the time? The mother. But when another race's village steps in, they don't have to call off work. They don't have to lose their job because their village is supporting them, you know? So without a village, you're going to most likely lose your job. And you're going to most likely be in a low income bracket for decades. You know what I mean? And for our race, we've been in a majority of us has been in a low income bracket for a very long time. You know, I think finally maybe our generation, I don't even know, I'm just guessing, our generation possibly could be the first to where we're not as low income as our parents were or our grandparents were or even great grandparents, because a lot of our great grandparents were slaves. So
Very true. Quest.
Man, you already know, man. If she don't shut the hell up, that was absurd. First of all, if you haven't watched this movie in 15 years, then you don't know what they're about. So you probably shouldn't speak on that. To call it blood money was absurd. Me, uh, I think at the end of the day, somebody's going to be telling these stories, right? That somebody's going to exploit um, somebody, right? I would much rather prefer it be someone from our community, employing our community with the voices and the narratives coming from our community rather than some of those black exploitation movies they was making back in the 60s and 70s, you know what I'm saying, that where we didn't have no control of the industry and you jive sucker and all that, like, you know what I mean. I think people love to have it too. You can't keep moving the goalposts. First we say nobody's out here telling our stories or representing us, and then we get somebody telling a form of the stories and
See you,
represent.
Pastor. We'll bring you up in a minute. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Then you got people who are telling the stories and giving you some form of representation, and then now you're saying what laws has he changed with his movies? Who's changing laws with their movies? I really want to know. You know what I mean? Steven Spielberg ain't changed a law. You know what I mean? Like this is absurd. You can't put that kind of catalyst on that man for becoming an authority in his field and be upset when, I mean, if you watch that movie, all the black women in it were in positions of power, except for Taraji P, except for the lead actress. You know what I'm saying? But all the rest of the women were bank tellers, the bank manager, detective on the police force. You know what I'm saying? With authority.
I never looked at it like that. That was very true.
I'm just saying, like, he put black women in positions of power. You know what I'm saying? And except for that light skinned girl, man, she should have got shot. But
the bank teller, she's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, man, she could have whipped her or something. You know what I mean? At least. But outside of that, man, I think that's been our biggest issue. When we do have somebody doing well in our community, there's too many people waiting with a stick to try and knock them off their high horse, man, and that's unnecessary. Right. Whether you like it or not, I mean, just keep it moving.
Exactly.
Keep it moving, man.
Real quick, we got one guest who's coming on, Pastor Richard Braxton. He's definitely, saying he's going to talk about when we talk about the forgiveness of fathers, because this is Father's Day weekend. I'm not sure if you want to come on now. If you saw the movie Straw, you want to come on now? If you want to come on now, just give me the thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Faith Point Ministries Finest is in the house. Make sure you share this with your people. Let them know to come on through, that you represent and holding it down.
Come on, sir. Come on.
Good stuff.
But right now we're talking about the movie Straw by Tyler Perry. Again, we had some good reviews. I thought it was a pretty good movie. We had some people who weren't really feeling it because they feel like it exploits Black trauma. But have you seen the movie?
I haven't saw the movie, but you're going to make me go see the movie now.
Right. This is really going to make you want to go see it. So we actually have a rebuttal. I found that, and mind you, I'm doing this purposely by playing clips from women who are speaking on this. I didn't want no men representation. I went to hear what the women had to say. But there's a woman who is making the rounds and going viral for what she has to say. So we're going to play this clip, and then we'll unpack, and then we're going to get into our next topic.
The Black community and most of the Black women are now stating that they want to cancel and boycott Tyler Perry because of his movies that he's coming out with, because you guys feel as though he's exploiting Black women. He's exploiting the trauma of Black women. He's always making us look like single moms. He's always making it look like we can't keep a man or we're getting beat by a man. He's always bringing out the struggle in us. He always makes us look like we're not worth anything. He's always just putting this light on us to make us look bad. They just don't respect Black women. We're just not respected as Black women, right? That's the rage that you guys are putting out, right? But we'll literally turn around in the same breath and watch baddies faithfully. We'll watch another Black woman assault another Black woman, and y'all think that that's entertaining. We'll literally watch other women on that show disrespect each other, spit on each other, treat each other like trash, talk to each other like trash. I mean, act like pure animals as Black women in the Black community. And this is what y'all call entertainment, and y'all don't miss an episode. Be quiet. Don't ask.
She has a valid point.
I don't watch baddies. You know what I'm saying? So watch it.
I don't either.
I
don't even know what it is.
But I know what she's talking about, because we're living in a reality world era where people like to see this type of ratchetness go on. Saying like they like to see the fighting, the jumping on tables, the pulling of hair, the disrespect. But then yet and still, saying you criticize a man like Tyler Perry, who, again, like I said, I personally experienced it because he's put two of my friends in position, and they're women, saying he's put them and elevated them on screen to where they're actually making money and actually providing for their families, And so I can't hate the man. I can't knock him for what he does, So I definitely agree with what she's saying, because it's like it's a hypocritical stance. It's a contradiction. What would you say, Pastor Braxton? How do you feel about Tyler Perry movies in general?
I don't mind Tyler Perry movies. It's entertainment. But one thing you did recognize and say, one thing we could say about Tyler Perry is he is putting people on the map. He is bringing people up. He is making, I would say, making waves in that industry. And giving other people opportunities, and so I can't knock him for that. There's always gonna be some criticisms if you ever making real major movements. So it comes with the territory. So I don't watch all this stuff, but it's entertainment,
right?
And that's all you got to look at it. It's entertainment.
Do you feel, especially within your position, do you feel that he exploits or
he makes money or profits off of Black trauma?
That's a great question. I think everybody, the industry itself, right, has made millions of dollars off of Black trauma. But then we got to, let's be honest, from Menace Society, Boys in the Hood, you know what I mean? We love them movies. You know, like those are one of the founding memories of my youth was the trauma we went through. You know, I can still recite Boys in the Hood right now, or Menace Society. You know what I mean? Any of those.
That's
any
it.
of
Me
those.
too.
You know? So I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
You know what? Cheryl brought up a good point. Cheryl says, "Oh, another thing about Straw, he brought Sinbad back to the forefront." Now let's look at it like this: Sinbad had a stroke, or he had some type of complication where he was almost out of here.
Yeah.
And you know, saying, and so instead of like, you know, just hey, oh, send prayers, send, you know, saying he's like, hey, let's get you back on track. Let's put you in the movie. He found a role for him, and you know, saying, and he actually put him in position. This is what I'm saying about Tyler Perry. So I don't understand why people are knocking him or saying cancel him, because again, like I said, there are people who I generally love, you know, saying like KJ, you know, say she's with me in the trenches, performing with me on stages out there in Hollywood. She's in a position where she's a household name now. Just in Pastor Braxton's church, in Pastor Braxton's church, there was a sister who actually had a tote bag that had the word sisters on it and had, you know, the logo of the people. And I'm looking like, man, one of those is my homegirl, someone who I actually broke bread with, who I actually shared the struggle with. And now look at her. She's being represented in this church right here on this bag. She's a merch. This is what this man has did. You know what I'm saying? He gave her, just like what you like to say, Pastor Braxton, he gave her a testimony.
Right.
You know, because I seen her struggle. I seen her going from the in-house plays in Hollywood to now she's on the big screen. She's a household name. And this man did that. You know what I'm saying? I seen Dakia, who was up there, you know, grinding as an actress. Now she's in Beauty and Black on Netflix. These are huge platforms. He's putting people in positions. He built a studio, named all the sound stages after inspirational Black people like Spike Lee, who publicly criticized him, but still showed him love. Cicely Tyson, he's employing people. He's putting people in position. I can't knock this dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, real quick before we move on, and see, people, they try to minimize those small blessings right there, man, because Sinbad probably never gotten another role. Let's be honest.
Come on, that's true.
He's not the Sinbad of old. You know, the funny, the jokes, and like, you know, that lively personality. That one role might have financially stabilized him after going through something super traumatic that he may not have ever had the opportunity to do. We was gonna let Sinbad fall by the wayside. You know, truth be spoken, he would have fell by the wayside had Tyler Perry not put him in that movie.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? That check could have saved that man's life right there. You know what I'm saying? That could have been the difference of being homeless and having somewhere to live for the next 2 to 3 years. That one check. And we criticizing this man because of the way he told a story that you didn't have to watch.
Very true.
That's true.
Very, very true.
That's all I got, man. Y'all got it.
So basically, leave Tyler Perry alone. That's what y'all saying, huh? Leave that man alone.
Hey, you know, like again, I think Jessica can attest to it. She can call me both sides because I can always see both sides of the coin. But on this one, I'm gonna be a little bit biased because again, I got people who I genuinely have good love for, who I've seen it, and I've seen this man elevate. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, the truth be told, this is one of the guys who I would love to actually have a sit down and talk with and pick his brain. Like, how did you do X, Y, and Z? What are some things that I need to look out for? How would I navigate? And whatever. I would love to just pick his brain and just learn from him because he went from
sleeping in his car, you know what I'm saying, to betting on and believing on himself, to to putting out plays, you know what I'm saying, to now he's putting people in position to be millionaires. Pastor Braxton, we lost you for a minute.
Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
there you
Back
go.
on
There
track.
you go. You're
There we
back.
go.
So you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So this dude has really been doing good things. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna give him his flowers. Shout out Tyler Perry. We love you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't canceling you over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not be a big fan of the Medea movies now, but the other movies that you put out, now I'm definitely gonna support you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, man. Y'all cancel Tyler Perry. Where y'all gonna go? Tubi? Get out of here, man.
Right.
Get out of here. It's crazy. All right, next topic, bro.
Next topic, we're gonna do some quick promo real quick, and then we're gonna jump into forgiving fathers or hearing the father's side.
Hello, family. I'm Marquez.
Hey, you guys, and I'm Denisha.
We all want the best for our children, right? Security, opportunities, and a future filled with endless possibilities.
That's right, but here's the question. What are you doing today to create that future? Imagine building a business that creates generational wealth, leaving a legacy that grows even when you're not working, showing your children what it means to dream big and take action.
That's right. With PlanNet Marketing, we offer you the opportunity to earn income while still being present with and for your family. We show you how to invest in their future while securing your own and teach them by example what financial freedom should look like.
And don't just tell your kids to dream big, show them how it's done.
That's right. Comment below or
you could just message us for a direct link to our presentation.
All right, y'all, and we are back. We are back. It's Father's Day weekend, so make sure that you're celebrating your fathers. To shout out to all the fathers in the homes. Shout out to the fathers who are stepping up and doing it big. We salute when we see you. We love you and we honor you this weekend.
Happy Father's Day, gentlemen.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Now, this is going to be a deep topic, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, we're talking about generational curses. We're talking about healing and breaking them. So, we're going into the whole thing of fathers, So another thing that has actually plagued us within the community are broken homes, where we have fathers who are absent, fathers who weren't there. Or, if the fathers were there, they weren't necessarily present, if you know what I mean. So, one of the things that we as men, as we're coming up, we've learned from I guess, in essence, the sins of our father in order to be better fathers to the offspring that we create or that we take care of. So one of the things that I'm going to use this platform for is to definitely help break generational curses. Saying for men who are out there who may have actually experienced being a broken home, a single parent home, who may have had an absent father, saying ways to actually go about heal, saying, and forgive. So therefore you could be better for your children, for your wife, and maybe help break some of these generational curses. Which I will give a salute and shout out to the fathers who are out here doing it now, because the numbers of 2-parent households have actually gone up. They've actually increased. Yep. So we are actually learning from the mistakes, and we're learning to do better. And one of the things it was like, I think it was just like an preordained, because Pastor Braxton was actually talking last Sunday about, he was giving his testimony, basically saying how, transformation, when you actually transform, you don't look like the person who you were from the past.
And one of the things that he had to overcome was learning to forgive his father or some of the transgressions of his father, which again, it spoke to me because I had to resonate. And it was one of the things that I had to do was to learn how to forgive and how to understand my father. Because again, we go through things as men, as boys, saying we got this anger, saying, and we don't want to be like our fathers. But then sometimes we may make the same mistakes as our fathers subconsciously. We're not doing it, willingly. We're doing it, and we don't know that we're actually doing it because we're actually projecting generational curses, or we're actually rehabilitating generational curses. So this is one of the things that it was definitely deep. I actually sent this message to my boy that's right here. So thank you, Pastor Braxton, for coming on. And it's definitely gonna be a deep one. So normally I like to kind of cut it off, but I have to feel we might this might be a long one. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, man, yeah, you can't stop it if it's right, man. Just let it rock.
I might actually have to do some work and actually cut up in some clips. But there's been a brother who's actually gone viral for actually saying, "Hey, you have to hear your father's side." And so I'll play the clip, and we can just go ahead and unpack from there.
And I'm gonna be real, bro. As a man, bro, I advise you, bro, go hear your dad's side of the story. I'm not saying he couldn't be fucked up. I'm not saying he couldn't have left you for no reason. I'm not saying that he couldn't have been a bad person. He couldn't have made a mistake, none of that. But I advise you just go hear his side of the story and decide from there. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I hear this happen so often, and like it kind of fucked me up every time I'm hearing it, cause it's like it's fucked up. But it'll be a dude he wanna be in his kid life, like he wanna be an active father. And you got a baby mom for whatever reason, maybe she petty about the new girl, trying to teach him a lesson, trying to use it as an opportunity to get more money, or she could just be a bad person and she kind of used the kid as leverage against the dude, trying to control him, and he gotta say and do everything she.
So I cut off, but I get the gist of what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are your guys' thoughts on the clip that was just played?
Well, honestly, I think it's a necessity, even if it results in nothing else but closure. Even if you do find out that as an individual he wouldn't be somebody you would want to surround yourself with, or be around, or it could turn into the beginning of a great relationship. It just depends on how that conversation goes. So I think it's very vital because it has to be, I want to say it has to be mutually wanted on both sides too, though. Don't go chasing after somebody who doesn't have any intentions of being well on your behalf, or want to have an honest conversation and be truthful about whatever their flaws were or whatever their part to play was in that scenario. Don't go out there and get manipulated just because you think it's a good idea. Really pray on it, talk, and build some type of relationship before you fully invest into that would be my advice, because I've done it and it didn't work out so well for me, but I don't want to bleed that on to people just because mine didn't work out. But it's some things, pay attention to the warning signs, man. That's it. But I think it's very necessary, especially for young Black men, to reach out to that person that your mom probably say you act just like your daddy, but you ain't never talked to him. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So there's been a bunch of that. So I mean, definitely important though. But that's what I got from what he was saying so far.
Right. Yeah. Real quick. We'll hold two pick. I see Adrian Braxton has actually clicked the link to join. You got quick house rules. You got to actually turn on your camera. Make sure you're in a good spot with good Wi-Fi, because we definitely want to hear what you have to say. Also, too, I'm asking everybody, if you're watching, please share this link on to your feed, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Because again, I definitely want to invite everybody to come on, especially fathers, new fathers, people from single or broken homes. I want you to come on because Pastor Braxton, I believe, has the recipe to actually help heal some of these broken homes, and he'll help excuse me, heal some of these generational curses. So, with that being said, so Adrian, I see you. Your screen is still blank. So once I see you on there, I'll bring you onto the stage and the platform. But I'm sorry, but go ahead, Pastor Braxton.
Oh no, I agree with this young gentleman right here. It's a necessity to hear the other side of the story, because of the fact you really can't totally heal from a situation if you don't know both sides. And so for me, in my journey in fatherhood and growing up in a broken home, my father, it goes understanding his story, not saying everything was, I can agree with everything, but hearing his story and know where he came from makes it a lot more understandable why he is the way he is. So, my father, he's a Vietnam veteran. So that was one thing. So back in the day, they didn't have anything called PTSD or things help with a veteran. So a lot of challenges I dealt with as a young man was dealing with a veteran, somebody who was 18, 19-year-old, saw all kind of stuff that he never he tried to talk about it, but he couldn't talk about it. Right. And then even going deeper than that, he coped with his issues with alcohol, right. But it stemmed with it didn't stem with just Vietnam. Knowing the story, it started with his father. So his father, to relate, I guess to make you feel like a man, his father was like, well, I'm gonna drink with you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure you get a hit. So here he is at 12 years old, drinking with his father, which created a I would say a system of coping skills. So when it came to me, and him dealing with stuff, it was just a whole snowball effect. But for me, part of that healing came from, okay, at least I can understand why he did what he did. Right. So hearing the other side of this, hearing the story is so important. You know what I mean? Because it really helped healing in my life as a son, knowing, okay, so this is why dad did what he did. This is where his upbringing comes. Well, maybe he wasn't fathered himself correctly. So how can I put a whole lot of weight on his shoulders to father me if he wasn't really fathered himself? Even though his father was present, but back in now we're talking about the 30s and 40s, and you got coming out of slavery, coming out with different things, and so it's a total different mindset. That even as a black man at that time, trying to raise a family, trying to be income, and being under that weight. So understanding the story has helped a whole lot when it comes to healing in my life.
Right.
So I agree. It's a necessity. It is a necessity to understand where your father came from.
Right.
Where he came from. Where he came from. Because you at least you have a more understanding, sympathy, more of a heart to forgive. Because he wasn't given the best cards to play with in the first place.
Right. I agree. My personal testimony, I'm a harsh forgiver, and especially when it came to my father. He was present, the first 3-5 years of my life, and then, I didn't see him until I was like 16. Saying, and even when I seen him, saying I think there's a picture that best sums up my emotions and my face. I'm confused. I'm in disbelief. I'm like, man, he's actually here. And so we have Kevin Mercer. I see you, brother. We have another one too. Hold on. Oh no, we have Kevin Mercer. So I see you, brother. And if you want to come on and talk about this too, just give me the hands up, the thumbs up, and I'll bring you on too. Um, dang my. Hey, Quest, keep it going real quick. Well, no, I'll speak on it. So definitely with me, it was a thing of hearing my father because again, like I I had so much mixed emotions. I didn't know what to believe, what to this, that. I had hatred, say at one point because of the fact that, he wasn't around. There were some insecurities I had to deal with as a man. And the fact that, I'm seeing them again is just like, man, I had so much anger and resentment. And then it wasn't until I actually talked to him to learn I think God spoke to me and said, hey, you have to forgive and you have to actually hear his side of the story. And so we talked and I started to learn and understand a little bit more. And especially once I got married the first time, and then I was on my way to having my first child, the mixed of emotions of, hey man, I'm about to be a first time father. I want to make sure I get this right and all this. It's heavy, saying for anybody to deal with it. If you don't really necessarily have the right tools, I mean,
Yes.
you can really
Good.
sit up there and fold. And it wasn't until I actually sat up there and went to learn more about his history to learn that, my father, he didn't necessarily have the best role models or best templates of what it meant to actually be a father within his household because he came from a dysfunctional family himself, what I'm saying? And so he had to learn what it meant to be a man within his definition and his meaning. And then once we learned, like, it's a deeper story with my father and especially with our family history where we had to learn about our history to learn that hey, another man, it was actually his biological father, learning that he didn't necessarily see the good examples. It really shaped and really understood like, hey, like I have to really understand where he was coming from. I have to forgive. I can't carry this into anything else that I'm going to have, whether a relationship with my wife or my kids. I have to learn how to heal and to understand and forgive. And so from then on, I mean, it's not an easy road, but it's a road that we decided to take together in me learning who my father actually is.
Oh, I think he was on mute.
Quez is on mute.
Oh, my
There
fault.
we
No, I
go.
was saying, Mr. Mercer, if when your camera come back on, if you want to come on, just give us a thumbs up in the screen, and we'll bring you on stage to talk. I think he did want to say something, but I'm not sure if he's still here because the screen went black. But while Thurd's getting it together, I think it's really a lot of times it doesn't become important until you start having your own kids. You know what I mean? So like in the younger years, yeah, we're a ball of resentment and anger and frustration or misguided energy. But when you have kids or when you have your children, um, it puts life into a different perspective.
Yeah.
And whether you grew up in 2-parent households or whether you grew up in a single parent household, uh, there's no rules to this thing. You kind of get a rubric of how it should go, but the every day-to-day situations and the individual scenarios that happen, there's no set rule book for it. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
you kind of gotta learn your way through it with your children at the same time. But it would be nice in retrospect to have that father's perspective of it
Yeah.
and what he thought would have been a necessary in terms of dealing with certain scenarios. But even if you don't get that, like I said, just sometimes it just leads to closure.
Yeah.
In my scenario, talking to my father, I don't have any ill resentment towards him or anything like that. I just know he can't be around my kids, and that's just how I personally feel about it. With the lifestyle he's living and the way he views life, I'm pretty sure he'd be a great grandfather to someone. Just won't be mine, because there's a lot of things in his life that I don't agree with, and I don't think my children should witness. And I worked hard to not put them in those type of environments as best as I could. So I wouldn't want to subject them to that. But I don't have any ill resentment to him, and hopefully he gets his situation together, and we can reconvene on that. But as far as where he was at, it just wasn't conducive to what I wanted my sons to see. Mr. Mercer, you back? You give us a thumbs
well,
up.
we see you. So just give us a thumbs up. If you want to come on the stage for this topic, then give us a thumbs up, and then we'll bring you on. If not, we'll hold you for your segment where we're talking about Melba's soul food. Make sure if you guys are watching, make sure you guys are sharing this onto your feed. Hit the share button, hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, tap that love and that like button, please. So, Mr. Mercer, if you want to come on, just give us a thumbs up. If not, then we'll wait. Okay, cool. We'll wait. Cheryl has a question for Pastor Braxton. How does the adult child have that conversation with their father without judgment?
That's a great. That's a great question. Well, I'll tell you what helped me out tremendously. Having a relationship with my biological father is this right here, because I believe that you have 5 fathers in your life. You have 5 fathers in your life. So you have your biological father, you have a father-in-law, you have a spiritual father, you have a heavenly father, and then you can have a godfather, and then also you can have like a father or mentor or coach. And so what really helped me out is I necessarily couldn't, because the Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother, your days should be long on this earth. And so when I could not have a relationship with my biological father, God brought other men in my life to father me. And as they fathered me, they never try to take the place of my biological father. They always encouraged me to build that relationship with my father. So having other men in my life to say, you know what, forgive your dad, let him go, like encouraging me. And I like how you said the misguided energy that I had a lot of misguided energy. But having those different fathers come in my life, even his name is Mr. Bernie. So Mr. Bernie, he's my stepdad. So I don't like calling him my stepdad, but I mean, he really fathered me, from that critical age, from like 18, 19, 20, 21. And he always encouraged me to have that relationship. And so with the wisdom of other men in my life, helped me to have that conversation with my biological father. And one thing they always kept me is you always got to respect the man, And this is one thing I always remember. If I can't respect the person, I gotta respect the position. So the position that he's in my life is my father. So I could not necessarily respect the person, but I could respect the position that he placed in my life. And so since he's my father, I had to always respect the position. I had to give that respect the position that he had, because he didn't choose to be my father. It wasn't a choice. God gave him that choice. But to have a clear understanding, one thing I did is I opened the conversation to say, you know what, Dad, I'm here to try to understand your viewpoint and where you come from. And I said, I told my dad, like, Dad, I'm really trying to work some things out in my own personal life. And, I need your help to help me. And having a conversation of, where'd you come from? What did you do? And so a lot of healing came from me just hearing my dad talk about his own childhood and where he came from. And, I remember the story, how poor he was. He was talking about, they had a bicycle. He got a bicycle, and he saved all his money up for a bicycle to buy a bike, but it didn't have no chain. So he would ride up the hill and up a hill and ride all the way down until he got his chain. So like different stories like that, like, dang, Dad, like you really went through some things. So to answer the question, I always couldn't respect the person, but I respected the position that he was in my life, and I always had to come in a place of respect. You know, in that place of respect, and when he saw that he respected me and I respected him as a man. He respected me as his son, and that created a bridge. You know, that created something that we can always talk about. And then it really saw like my dad really loved me. He didn't make the best decisions, but at the end of the day, he really loved me. And so I had to honor and recognize that, I could not put in place or put in the same box his love and his mistakes at the same time. I had to learn how to separate that. His mistakes was his mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. But I know that at the end of the day, the Richard Braxton Sr. still loves me. I hope that answers the question.
That's deep. That's good. Real quick. So just brought to my attention, Mr. Mercer. So if you want to come on, just give a thumbs up. If you don't, just go ahead and just do like that. Okay, good. I thought we had it right. Yeah. So one of the things I want to ask, Adrian Braxton says, amen. Cheryl says, yes, sir. Thank you. And I think, like I said, this is something that's good. Jess, what are your thoughts?
I like how Pastor Braxton put it in perspective, like respect them as a person and also respect them for the position as your father, because I never viewed it that way, you know what I mean? Because they didn't choose to be a father, but at the same time, God gave them that calling to be a father.
Yes. Right. Yes, and having that understanding, that biblical spiritual understanding, really helped a different perspective out. My dad didn't choose. I mean, of course they had sex, but he didn't choose. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to be a father. And another perspective, I looked at this. Women are they have the DNA inside them is to be a mother. You know what I mean? You see a 1-year-old, 2-year-old baby, and they gotta, you don't give them another baby. So I remember my daughter was, 1, 2 years old, walking around with a baby, patting her on the back. Well, she a baby herself, but you don't see, you don't see a little boy trying to, raise kids. He over there playing with his Tonka toys, or you know what I mean, flying around airplanes.
Right. No, that's true.
You know what I mean? So being a father, like you said, being a father, it's hard enough to be a man, but being a father on top of that, where that you have to learn how to be emotionally available to somebody else. You know what I mean? When you have to learn how to, not necessarily care, but you have to learn how to have patience and learn and nurture and learn all these different attributes. It's been a learning process for me personally as a father. And right. I had to get over this for myself being a father. Just because I'm there financially does not mean I'm there emotionally.
Right.
That was a big thought process for me, because I always thought, the lifestyle that you live is because of me and your mama. You know what I mean? I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And my kids told me, they say, Dad, I appreciate the lifestyle you're giving me, but I really want you. All I really wanted was you. I wanted your time. So that's a reflection that helped me with my own father. You know what I mean? Like, there's no perfect father. We all have our issues. We all have our challenges. And our children, if you talk to your children, because as a father, you're the superhero. You cannot make any mistakes. You can make no mistakes as being a father. But at the end of the day, there's no perfect father. So that really helped me to understand and to sympathize that I broke generational curses, but there's still things I have to work on being a father myself.
Right. Great. So, fellas, what are some of the challenges that you face as a father?
Man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, sir. No, I think he did just expound upon one of them, creating that balance of being the provider and working and doing all the things that we do as fathers to make sure everybody's up to par, but also being, like you said, emotionally available, spending time just talking, without trying to reprimand anybody or because, you know what I mean? We got to have a talk because you get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's a hard fought battle, man. But a lot of the challenges come from, I think they're interpersonal. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the best thing for my children? Am I being the best version of a father I can be to them? And right. When you fall short, how do I pick up the slack from that, and how do I fix it? That's probably my biggest problem.
Right.
That I see it.
I would say this wasn't really an issue, but I was as you was thinking about,
Give us one second, Mr. Mercer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I was letting Mr. Mercer know we have our guest for the hot seat cipher. Just give us a few. We'll probably bring you on like around 7:35, 7:40. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Brass.
I was just saying another thing that fathers deal with when it comes to our children is the way that you treat their mama will also reflect the relationship that they have with you. And I think there's a lot of times it's like, our children, they're not also just looking at our one-on-one relationship, but how we treat their mother is a whole different thing. And so it's almost like another stab at a father, you know what I mean? Because you're not just looking at how I treat you, now you're looking at how I treat your mama.
Right.
And that's another thing. That's like another relationship that you have to keep healthy or try to remain healthy. You know what I mean? And then don't you separate and go different ways. Now we're in a whole different situation. Now, you know what I mean? Now they're gonna hear the mama side. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they're gonna take mama side more than they're gonna take daddy side.
Man,
what did you do? You know what I mean? What did you do wrong? What happened to you? What, you know what I mean? And I like the first point we says that a child never gets to hear the father's side of what happened in the relationship. So that's another challenge as fathers. That's why I say the father, you got to be a superhero. Every day you putting on the
every day.
You know what I mean? Because the margin of error is so small,
right?
Because everybody in the family is looking at you.
Exactly.
Right. So
that's right. Shout out to Keisha Braxton. Yeah, that's Pastor Braxton's wife.
That's my wife.
She's amazing. She's dope too. She says they are my everything. She's lighting up the comments. She's saying facts and agreeing. Saying like they definitely ride for each other. So shout out to Miss Keisha Braxton. You know what I'm saying? She holds it down. First lady.
Yeah, really quick before we move on, because I know we got to bring Mr. Mercer up. Because he just touched on something very important. I wouldn't say I'm fortunate. I'm in both of those scenarios where I have children from previous marriage, and then now I have children in my new marriage. But I've been blessed to be able to have them all coexist. Without much drama. I mean, there's still going to be drama, of course. But it's very important, and you know, me and Third have had this conversation probably off the show more than we do on the show. It's always been important to me to never negative speak their mother. Right? I make it a position, regard if I disagree or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
You know, I've always made it a point not to speak negatively of their mother, even if I did think something. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like the pastor just said, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna choose her side, and from my point of view and my perspective, 9 times out of 10, when you get to the level of understanding, I'll be ready to answer. You know, so I have no issue with that. You know, a lot of men have an issue with, you know, 10 years from now, can you explain yourself? You know, I've always been comfortable in the fact that some wars I didn't fight on behest of keeping y'all household happy. I could have went to war. You know what I'm saying? It would have been ugly. But, you know, do I do that and burn the village, or do, you know, I take that one across the chin, and we'll just address it later on down the line, because I can explain why I didn't participate in certain things, or why I didn't show up to certain places, or whatever the case may be, based on the terms of that relationship and how it benefited everybody. You know, instead of being selfish and coming on 10, ready to turn up all the time because I'm in my feelings. So it's very important that they pay attention to how you treat their mother, whether you with them or not. You know what I mean? It's very important. You know what I mean?
Agreed. And real quick, well, go ahead, Jess.
No, I would just like to say for the ladies, it is very important for you to not speak negatively about the father of your child as well. Because and make sure the older children, if you have older children, don't speak negatively about the other sibling's father, because they hear all of it, you know, even especially if they're young, their brains are still developing. Let them develop their own perception of their father. That is important.
Very true.
Yeah.
One quick thing I'm gonna add. Huh?
No, I said amen to that, Jess. We appreciate it.
All right, so one thing I'm going to add to that, too, let's go ahead and piggyback off what she said, too, fellas. Also, too, just remember, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whatever happened, the situation may have ended, whatever may have happened, this woman had blessed you with some of the greatest things within your life, which is your children. You know what I'm saying? And if you've ever witnessed a childbirth, watching a woman go through that is one of the most exhilarating things. It's the most humbling things, because you're seeing this woman go through pain, go through agony, go through so much just to give you something which is precious, which is the gift of childbirth. Someone that can carry on your legacy to maybe one day break these generational curses. You know, she's giving you your legacy literally that you can hold within your hands. So you must always honor that. So regardless however it ended, you know what I'm saying, just always remember to respect the mother of your children, regardless.
Absolutely. I second that motion. Man, good stuff. Hey man, that was a good talk, fellas.
Yeah, man, that was great. It was deep. I don't want to leave it because there's so much to really unpack.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do we'd have to do a whole nother segment.
You got to do a part two. You got to do definitely a part two. It's a lot to definitely unpack. And Pastor Braxton, definitely, I want you to stay on because I want to definitely connect. Well, we have D Mercedes. I'm not sure who that is, but make sure that you turn on your camera. If you're using your phone, please make sure you're using your headphones because they will work as a microphone. Also, please share this onto your feed. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little promo before we bring on our guest. But he's actually a man within San Bernardino who's actually bringing soul back to the IE with his restaurant, Melba Soul Kitchen. So we definitely want to give him a spotlight. We definitely want to show him some love. We want to definitely make sure that his business flourishes. So real quick, I'm going to do a quick little promo of what he has. I had another video, but I had so much going on today, and I've been tired, so just forgive me. But it's an old thing that I was showing them love. I've been showing them love right here on this platform, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him right now.
This Saturday it's going down May 10th. Melba Soul Food Kitchen. Got 1/2 for chicken, 2 sides, 2 slices of bread for $10. 4-6. San Bernardino, you asked for it, and it is coming in honor of his mom, Melba Louise Mercer. Melba's Soul Kitchen coming to San Bernardino. You want a sneak peek of what he got? This Sunday, he has Soul Food Sunday with this choice of southern baked chicken or fried chicken, fried fish. Your choice of 2 sides, mac and cheese, rice, gravy, collard greens, candied yams, okra, corn, tomatoes, cabbage, all for $25. It's going to be located off of 22,000 East Highland Avenue in San Bernardino, California. Make sure you go check it out and support. Melba Soul Kitchen coming soon to San Bernardino. Support, 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 support.
All right. So like I said, I saw this brother on, I think it was like Black Riverside or Black San Bernardino, something like that. And I saw that he was promoting his business. I went and I checked it out. You know, again, like I said, those of us who are in the IE, we're the cousins of LA. So if we want to go get some good soul food, you know what I'm saying, we either got to cook it ourselves or we got to drive out to, you know, to LA, to Carson, or, you know, saying to downtown LA, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or to Crenshaw, go get some Doolins or other good soul food. But this man right here is definitely taking it amongst themselves to bring soul back into the IE. And he's opening up a new restaurant here in San Bernardino called Melba's. So without further ado, drop your 3-cent crew. I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Kevin Mercer.
Amen. Amen. How's everybody doing?
Hey,
how about you?
You doing, brother?
Man, all is well, man. I'm excited, man. Thanks again, brother, for allowing us to come on. That was my wife trying to get on D Mercer. And I don't know what's wrong with her phone, but I guess she gonna get on sooner or later, man, because you know, behind every good man, they say is a good woman. And the Bible says a man finds favor when he finds a wife. And so I've been married to her 38 years, man. And so, you know, in this day and time, that's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
And so I'm excited, man, about our restaurant. I know that's what we own here for. My mom, which is Melba, I always wanted to open up something for her. She passed in 2023. And this opportunity opened for us. I know the brother had gave you guys one address, but we're currently at 466 West 5th Street in San Bernardino. We right there in downtown San Bernardino. You guys familiar with downtown San Bernardino, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right there near the movie theater.
Okay, we got the old subway right there on
Right.
5th.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's where we located. And like I've been putting on Facebook and everything, hey y'all, I'm originally out of Watt, and I know where all the food is at out in LA. But I came out here. I've been out here about good 15 years, and every time I go to LA, my wife said, go to Doolins and go to Mr. Woody's and go there. I said, you know what? We got to bring some stuff here. And so God allowed us to open up this restaurant, man. We currently only open up on the weekends right now, on Saturday and Sunday, because we still going through paperwork with the city. Y'all know how that go. So that we can open up every day. But our Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff been going crazy. Everybody been calling, been getting the number off of Yelp and all that. Hey, are you guys open? I want to say yes so bad. But we're not actually going to open until probably late July, early August. But again, we're open every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 6. And what makes this place so special is all our plates is only $10.
I seen that. $10.
I didn't hear y'all. You know, I'm a pastor too, brother. I've been me and my wife been pastoring over 25 years. Our church is called the Destiny Center, and so God has been so good to us, man. I mean, everybody that tastes the food, they say, man, we've been waiting on you. We can't wait until you open. Where you go get 3 baby back ribs, 2 side orders for $10.
Well, sir, I will be there tomorrow, sir. I will be there tomorrow.
Yeah, will you be open this Saturday and Sunday?
Watch this. Hey, watch this, doctor. Watch this. I'm not finished. 2 hot links, 2 sides, $10. 2 quarter chickens, 2 sides, $10. And we just brought in fish, where you get 2 fish and 2 sides for $10. Don't go in the jacuzzi yet, honey. I want them to at least see you and you can wave. She trying to jump into the jacuzzi. And watch this, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. The good part about it is, even when we actually open, you're able to still come and get a good meal for less than $15. And so we excited. Yeah, we open tomorrow. Hey, do y'all want to taste some good macaroni and cheese?
Yes, please.
Well, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. I am the macaroni king around here.
Hey, look, you got personal.
She's the macaroni and queen, brother. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
When people taste her macaroni and cheese, it's off the chain. And watch this. We got homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm doing the homemade yam. I'm doing the homemade greens. I mean, everything is homemade. You know what? Our food is so good. This one guy bought a plate, and he said, "Man, I'm from Texas." I said, "Okay, cool." After he tasted me, he said, "Man, I could tell you smoked this right here, man. Give me 2 more plates." So I'm telling y'all, if you look on our Yelp and you follow us, we ain't getting nothing but 5s, man.
Hey, sir, there's somebody out here said bread maker says Mac is fire, so I gotta taste this right here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Mac Queen, who is that?
Who bread makers is? That's my son. He tried to get some kudos. Hey,
shout out to your son
show right now.
Hey, make sure you're sharing this. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna tell you this. I should have got on when y'all were talking about fathers, because my father was an entrepreneur. My father, I watched him, man. He did everything, and I got his trait. And now my son, which is the one with bread maker, he has his own clothesline. And then my other son, he's a well-known rapper. And I mean, it's like all of them was born entrepreneurs because of what my father showed me. And, and for him to be on the support, man, I'm excited, man. I tell you, brother, I appreciate you, man, letting us on here. Honey, could you just wave to him or something? Just wave. You said wave? Okay.
I see you, Mac. Hey, Mrs. Macaroni King Queen, I see you, but you gotta turn on your camera before we let you on. But I see you. I see you right there.
Okay, I'm good. I don't want to. I'm good.
Okay. But, so Mac Queen, Mac King right here, and I can recognize greatness. So I gotta try this. I gotta definitely try this out.
You know what, brother? I'm the macaroni king. Every time we have a family event,
man,
and somebody make macaroni, all my kids and everybody in my family, they look at me. And if it ain't good and I don't put that on the plate, don't nobody put that on the plate. My wife, man, she can make a whole pan for me, man. And I can just sit back in. But on for real though, man, y'all come on out, man, tomorrow. Tell everybody, brother. Like I said before I started talking, pastor understand us pastors, man. It's hard to shut us up. But look, brother, I'm praying.
You're
for
good.
Show.
This is exactly what this platform is for.
I'm praying for your show, brother. I'm praying that God would just enlarge your territory, man, and that you would get and you receive everything that you've been praying for, brother. Because it wasn't a coincidence that you just so happened to see me post and stuff and ask for if it's okay for you to interview us, man. And so because of that, and you are the first person to interview us. You're not the last, but you're the first person. And so, man, I'm excited, man, you know, about what God is doing with you and your whole team, man. But I'm telling you, if those that's on here, if it's okay if I say this, everybody that's watching this and listening to this, you come down there tomorrow at Melba Soul Food Kitchen and say that you guys heard it on the show. We gonna give you a free piece of cake. Sock it to me, red velvet, Louisiana crunch. Just say that y'all heard it on this show, and y'all get a free piece of cake with your meal.
Well, we coming tomorrow.
You know what, bro?
Red velvet is
hey, you want to say nothing about me? You gonna see me? I'm gonna be looking for my red velvet cake. I'm gonna be looking for the ribs. I'm gonna be looking for the chicken. Just give me about 3. Hey, we coming tomorrow. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
We coming tomorrow too.
I need about 4 plates.
Yeah, I need
hey,
my
brother.
plate.
I just got paid. You know what I'm saying? We just
He said I just got paid.
I just got paid. You know what I'm saying? You about to get some of these hard-earned dollars right here.
Hey, man, make sure you grab me some cake, man. I'm upset about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, preacher, it's
Yes,
like
sir.
one of those. It's like one of those after church revivals. You remember how we used to get the spaghetti with the chicken and the rolls? Man, it's going down. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all gonna
Hey,
see
sir,
me.
let
I'm
me
gonna be
ask you
out
real
on the
quick.
grill.
So where your people's from?
Oh, I'm out of Watts. My mom and them out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where I get all my little skills from. My wife from
Down south.
Chicago, so you know I be praying for her, man. But yeah, she from Chicago.
Man,
Grab me some cake, third, and just send it to
I'm gonna
me.
send it to you, brother. So the thing is, so I gotta shout out my partner. I gotta shout out Jess here. The one thing that we're definitely about uplifting community. Like I said before, we're of the people, we're for the people, so we give back to the people. So I seen you in one of the Facebook groups, and I saw you promoting, hey, coming soon. And this one of the things I was talking to my boy Certified West. I was letting them like, man, we need a restaurant out here. I don't want to drive all the way to Carson to go to the M&Ms or R&Rs. We used to have Mary Stewart's, and God rest her soul, the founder of that, she passed away, but she was holding it down in Rialto, and nobody's picked up that baton. So I want to see you. I want to pour into you. I want you to succeed. I want people from LA, from San Diego, from Las Vegas, or whatever they're coming out to the Inland Empire. I want them to come out and to come support your business. I want to see you grow. You will grow. You will succeed, and you will be the staple within this community. Because I truly believe that you're bringing soul back to the IE.
I receive that, brother. And you know what? I know time is winding, but I like to tell everybody that watch Deion Sanders, we coming.
There you go. So
Man,
there's
y'all
that. Jess put
come on
that
out,
address up there again. Appreciate that, Jess,
Yeah,
because
Jess,
they was
thanks.
asking for the address right there. We got 466 West 5th Street in San Bernardino.
Say drop your 3 cents when you come talk to Mr. Mercer. Say drop your 3 cents. He's gonna hook you up with some cake.
I'm telling y'all, man, it's going down, man. Y'all gonna love the food, man. I tell everybody, I say, you can have a good restaurant and the price can be low, but if the food ain't good, they not coming back. And we got repeaters coming back.
Sir, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I just spent like $13 today on lunch, and you just said I can get all that for $10. You know what? Like I said, I'm gonna skip breakfast, and I'm gonna come see you tomorrow. You're gonna be my breakfast
11
lunch.
o'clock. 11 o'clock.
Hey, that's when I will break my fast. Is 11 o'clock.
You go like this. Watch this. Watch this. You could get a hot link, 1 baby back rib, a piece of chicken, some macaroni and cheese, some yam for $10.
Wow.
We're gonna be there tomorrow, baby. We coming tomorrow.
So we gonna put y'all, me and my wife, we gonna put y'all to the side. Hey, honey, we can't run out. They coming.
Just put them to the side. Hey, real quick, Pastor Braxton, shout out your church, Faith Point Ministries out in Rialto. I love this brother. He ministers to both me and Jessica for premarital classes. He takes his time out. He's a busy man, but he definitely makes time to actually talk to us. He hears us. He gives us love. He pours into us. I love what he's doing with his church. I'm watching it grow. I'm watching it grow. And like I say, this is a platform where we're worldwide, And so I definitely want to share, where you're at. We're going to share the link. So we're making sure that we're spreading it to the people throughout the country, throughout the world. So even if you're in Atlanta, New York, Scotland, just like we had the brother on last week, you can plug in every Sunday and catch Richard Braxton at Faith Point Ministries at.
Faith Point Ministry is 625 North Eucalyptus, Rialto, California, 92376. Or you can catch us on our YouTube, Faith Point Ministries.
Hey, brother, when you come back tomorrow, make sure you get us your information. Like I was saying, me and my wife been pastoring 25 years. The Destiny Center, man. And I like to hook up with you too, man. We can come out and visit you sometime, bro.
Let's get it, sir. Let's get it.
Yes,
and
sir.
Sir, I'm coming tomorrow, sir. I'm gonna let you know. I'm coming tomorrow.
So ain't no confusion, huh?
Ain't no confusion.
Me and Jess about to go to sleep just so we can wake up early just to be there, just to grub.
We
grub.
And my family gonna be there too. I seen her in the comments.
We will be there tomorrow. You will meet me. We will be in the flesh tomorrow, sir.
Well, we looking forward to you guys coming out, man. Like I said, spread the word. And brother, like I said, man, everything that you said about the the nothing just happened. And I know y'all got to leave, but watch this. I wasn't even looking for that restaurant. I sell pallets, and I was just going down Fifth, and something said turn, which I know was the Lord at the time. And when I turned, I seen this building. And it said retail and restaurant. And when I called the guy, he was pretty cool guy, man, and he ended up giving us this restaurant, man, cheap. And then he told me that the city of San Bernardino is putting $50 million on Fifth Street. That's why when you guys go that way, you see the brand new Starbucks. They putting 13 million towards that park. They building all of that up. And it ain't no coincidence that God put me on the Crenshaw of San Bernardino, where
Right.
everybody come by. I'm by the court buildings. I'm by all of this stuff. And see, like I told my wife, and me and my wife talk about, it's not just about the food. It's a ministry. And so people that's hurting go be able to come in, and we're not gonna be afraid to go in the back and pray for them. Because the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all this other stuff will be added unto you. So when you put God first in everything you do, the blessings have to come. And
there you
so
go.
we
Amen to
excited,
that.
man. We excited, man. We looking
Hey,
at
when I come out to California, I'm coming out there to get me my $10 plate. So
well, the vision,
and I still want my piece of cake. You know
but the
what I mean?
vision is, hey, watch this, Doc. The vision is that I believe in God that He gonna show me how to package that stuff and ship you a plate, man.
Hey, well, look, I'm gonna pray on it too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can figure it out by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? And this is my brother from high school. You know what I'm saying? Again, with this whole platform, I had a vision. He supported it from day one. He jumped up. He's helping invest money into it, in time, energy, his wife, his kids, you know what I'm saying, his business, himself. This is the whole point of this platform, is for everybody to come on, to network, and to help each other grow. Like I said, of the people, for the people, so we can watch each other grow and succeed. Jess, my queen. Hey, if you ever need someone to help with sweets, she's good with cakes. She's good with cupcakes, cookies, pretzels. You know what I'm saying? She chocolate dipped strawberries. You know what I'm saying? She's one of a kind right here.
Well, we need all of that.
And if you guys are hiring, my teenage son is looking for a job.
Okay. Well, I tell you,
you're gonna put the kids out there. You're trying to get some more free food. Your son don't need no job.
I'm gonna tell you this, sis. I'm looking for, because we have a Subway, and the Subway has a cold table, and so we can't actually cook in the restaurant. But what I've been doing is, if a person could get down, if I can put it that way, I'm buying stuff from them and bringing it. So if you know how to do some peach cobbler, some banana pudding and all that, yeah, we want to talk to more. You want to talk to my wife so we can get your sweets over there.
Sugar Express by Jess. She'll be in your store too. Hey, so San Bernardino, IE, Rialto, Riverside, Upland, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go out and support LA, San Diego. If you're coming from Vegas, make sure you come out to Melba Soul Kitchen out in San Bernardino. We got the address right here, which is 466 West 5th Street, San Bernardino, California. Make sure you come out and support, uplift, and love. Always love.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful thing,
God
man.
Hey, y'all, this has been a great one. Again, Pastor Braxton, Mr. Mercer, you guys are family here. So whatever we can do, we're always going to promote on our pages. We're going to share, and always make sure we give you guys love. Thank you. You guys are family. Anytime you guys want to come back, like I said, especially with this whole thing about fathers, me and Quez, I think we've got a lot of things we still want to unpack. So we might have to have a part 2.
Yeah, we definitely have to. But you guys have a great Father's Day, man.
Happy Juneteenth to the folks out there too.
Yeah,
I'll be at the restaurant. My kids say, "Dad, what you want for Father's Day?" I say, "For all y'all to come to the restaurant."
There you go.
Right, got you. We'll be right there. So, sir, we'll see you tomorrow. Pastor Braxton, we might see you tomorrow. Like I said, 11 o'clock.
We'll
I ain't
see you
eating,
tomorrow.
so I'll be right there at 11 o'clock.
God bless you. See y'all tomorrow, man.
All right.
It's love. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting the share button, the like button. If you hit to subscribe, we love you. We'll see you next week. Thank you for supporting always. It's been real. Peace.